Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. American Pickers has dropped in viewership since the History Channel series fired Frank Fritz. Now that Frank has died, the viewers don't seem to want to return either. As a matter of fact, many fans want the network to cancel the series outright. Much of it has to do with Mike Wolf's recent actions. Here is what fans want the popular reality series cancelled and what might be next for Mike Wolf. American Pickers has fewer viewers this season than it has had in years. Last year's ratings numbers were down, and this season is even worse. The best episode of the season saw 565,000 fans tuning in to see Mike looking at evil memorabilia. Last season's average viewers were 723,000 per episode. This season hasn't come close to those numbers, and Curse of Oak Island, Tales from Oak Island, Unbelievable with Dan Aykroyd, and Mountain Men all get better ratings on the History Channel. Not only are fans tuning out of the new season, but many want the show cancelled outright. They let their voices be heard on social media. This show needs to go, cancel this show, it's a husk of what it was. It was never good. This show ruined the buying/selling market. The show will die soon just like other fake shows. Frank's friend Jerry Gendreau expressed his thoughts on the show's decline in quality. "I think the show is not nearly as good as it was," Jerry said via The Express. It needed Frank. While some fans want American Pickers to end, it isn't going anywhere. The History Channel renewed the show for 3 more seasons. The first of those 3 is the currently running one. The deal is with Mike Wolf specifically. With that said, it seems that Mike and his brother Robbie are spreading themselves out a little with other endeavors. Mike has undertaken other business ventures, including a new bike shop and a vacation rental company. Mike has pumped a lot of money into the town he lives in, even though many people there are unhappy with his changes. Mike wants to develop Columbia, Tennessee, and bring in business, but many people there seem to prefer it remain a sleepy little town with nothing going on. He bought the 2 Lanes vacation rental and the Columbia Motor Alley bike shop and has put millions of dollars into properties in the small town. A lot of people don't want change and some people do, so we're in that flux, a source said about the renovations. They are building a 6-story condo with a restaurant. Next to that is going to be a car place. The town is changing rapidly. What are your thoughts on American Pickers' recent seasons? Do you still enjoy it, or is it time for the show to end? Let us know in the comments below. For over a decade, American Pickers has been a staple of the History Channel, bringing viewers along for the ride as Mike Wolf, Frank Fritz, formerly, and later, Robbie Wolf scoured America for hidden treasures buried in barns, garages, and antique shops. The show captured the essence of nostalgia, history, and the thrill of the hunt, turning what was once considered a niche hobby into a mainstream fascination. But in recent years, things have changed. Ratings have plummeted, fan enthusiasm has waned, and a growing number of viewers are calling for the show's cancellation. What happened to American Pickers, and why are so many longtime fans ready to pull the plug? Is it the departure of Frank Fritz, the shift in storytelling, or simply the natural decline of a long-running reality show? Let's explore the downfall of American Pickers and whether or not the show can recover from its failing ratings and unhappy audience. When American Pickers first aired in 2010, it offered something fresh and exciting. While Pawn Stars was dominating the reality TV scene with its focus on items coming into a shop, American Pickers took a different approach, bringing the audience on the road with 2 passionate antique hunters. The formula was simple. Mike Wolf and Frank Fritz drove around in their iconic van, knocking on doors and digging through rusty piles of forgotten relics, always looking for a home-run find. Along the way, the show wasn't just about the value of the items, but about the stories behind them. Viewers were drawn in by the dynamic between Mike and Frank, a perfect blend of Mike's polished, history-loving persona and Frank's rough-around-the-edges, wisecracking charm. The thrill of the hunt, finding rare, unusual, or valuable pieces hidden in places that most people would overlook. The connection to history. Every episode was a lesson in Americana, nostalgia, and forgotten artifacts from the past. Real people and their stories, instead of staged pawn shop negotiations. American Pickers featured real collectors and hoarders, adding a human element that made the show feel authentic. For years, the show remained one of History Channel's most popular programs, drawing millions of viewers per episode. But as time went on, things started to unravel. 1. The Frank Fritz controversy, the beginning of the end. If you ask many fans why American Pickers started going downhill, the answer is almost always the same: Frank Fritz's departure. For over a decade, Frank was Mike Wolfe's right-hand man and the perfect foil to Mike's more refined personality. Fans loved their chemistry, and while their relationship wasn't always smooth, it felt real and authentic, a true partnership built on years of traveling together. However, in 2020, Frank mysteriously disappeared from the show, with little explanation from the network. Rumors circulated about health issues, tension between him and Mike, and personal struggles. Then, in 2021, Frank officially announced that he had been fired, and it didn't take long for fans to take sides. Many loyal viewers were outraged, feeling that the show had lost one of its most relatable and down-to-earth stars. Others blamed Mike Wolfe, accusing him of pushing Frank out and shifting the show's direction in a way that felt less genuine. The response was swift, ratings dropped, and longtime viewers started to tune out. 2. The replacement problem. Is Robbie Wolfe a weak link? After Frank's departure, American Pickers attempted to move forward with Mike's brother, Robbie Wolfe, stepping in as his new full-time picking partner. However, the fan reaction to Robbie has been lukewarm at best, hostile at worst. Unlike Frank, Robbie doesn't bring the same quirky, entertaining personality to the show. Instead, many fans describe him as boring, forced, and lacking charisma. On social media, viewers have voiced their disappointment. Robbie just doesn't have the same energy. It's like watching paint dry compared to Mike and Frank's dynamic. They should have brought in someone new, not just handed the job to Mike's brother. It feels forced. Frank had personality. Robbie just feels like he's there because of nepotism. With such negative feedback, it's no surprise that the show's ratings continued to slide after Robbie officially became the co-host. 3. The show feels repetitive and staged. Another major complaint from fans is that the show has lost its magic. In the early seasons, American Pickers felt like a real adventure, Mike and Frank stumbling upon forgotten treasure troves, haggling with eccentric collectors, and uncovering pieces of American history. Now, many fans feel that the show has become too formulaic and staged. Same types of picks over and over: motorcycles, old signs, gas station memorabilia. The variety has decreased. Predictable negotiations. Fans feel that the haggling is now scripted and repetitive, with less excitement than in the past. Less focus on history, more on forced drama, rather than organic storytelling. Some fans believe the show is trying too hard to create conflict for the sake of entertainment. With reality TV becoming increasingly saturated, American Pickers has struggled to keep up with changing audience preferences. The numbers don't lie. American Pickers ratings have dropped dramatically over the past few years. At its peak, the show was pulling in well over 3 million viewers per episode. Now, some episodes struggle to reach 1 million viewers, a staggering decline for a show that was once a top performer on the History Channel. Even with new episodes airing, many longtime fans have simply stopped watching, with some even calling for the show to be cancelled rather than continue in its current form. They should have ended it when Frank left. It's not the same show anymore. Mike should have walked away when the show was still respected. Now it's just a shadow of what it used to be. While the History Channel hasn't officially announced any plans to cancel the show, it's clear that time is running out. If American Pickers can't win back its audience, it may soon be on the chopping block. Despite the backlash, there are still ways the show could turn things around. Bringing back Frank Fritz, if possible. Though unlikely, some fans believe the show could regain its former glory if Frank was reinstated. Introducing a more dynamic co-host. If Robbie isn't working, maybe it's time for a fresh new face who brings back energy and humor. Changing up the format. Adding more historical deep dives, new locations, or a fresh picking challenge could make the show feel less repetitive. But does History Channel even want to save the show? Or is it simply too late?